welcome to another edition of Touch a Cell Show with Toyin and the gang. This is the 7th edition, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 edition of the season 4 of Touch a Cell. And I have a wonderful guest with me this evening. But before I bring on my guest, let's go listen to the adventures of Baba Shukura and let's see how it goes.
Welcome. This na Baba Shukura radio drama.
Na lie. I say na lie be that one. This Nigeria go better last. See, make I tell you. All these our leaders, they travel outside this country and them know say wetin those ones get. We too fit get because Nigeria get money and we fit afford them if we want.
See, that one a poor man prayer. People wey dey do chop our money carry am go obodo oyinbo dey go use am build their whole country. Baba Shukura, no be Shukura dem dey carry for when they come so.
Teacher, wetin do Shukura? Wetin do my daughter?
Good afternoon, sir. I noticed while the other children were out to play that your daughter stayed back in class and she dey complain say her hands and leg dey pain am. I say make I study her small, but the thing come dey get worse. Her hands and legs come dey begin swell. Na him I say make I bring am come your shop because I know say e no go dey house.
Thank you. Shukura kilo dey. What is wrong with you again? How you dey feel?
Mr. Nifowoshi, she has been feeling very uncomfortable. She couldn't even respond to us at school at all. That's why we decided to bring her here.
Teacher, how much make I give you for this wahala wey I come put you so?
Oh, nothing, Baba Shukura. Your daughter is very brilliant and she deserves to be cared for. In fact, we like her in school. Take her home and see how to help alleviate her pain.
Now, house we dey go so, I go call Dr. Kiakia. Thank you.
Doctor, she no fit even talk, yo. This pain too much. What do you say make I do?
Calm down, Baba Shukura. Don't worry. He go dey okay. Look, just give her plenty water, make she drink.
Doctor, this one no be water matter.
Don't worry, Baba Shukura. Shebi na me dey treat your girl since all these years. Wetin dey cause her pain na because the blood wey dey her body no dey circulate well. The places where the blood no dey reach, na im dey pain her so. Shey her body swell?
No, na only her hands and leg. See, doctor, e be like say I go carry am come health center.
No need for that, Baba Shukura. Shey you get those pain reliever wey I tell you say make you dey have for house?
Yes, I get them.
Okay. Now, that one wey get purple and red for body, give her 2 pills. Make she take plenty water. She go sleep, and by the time she go wake up, she go feel better.
Doctor, you sure?
I sure, Baba Shukura. No worry. She go dey okay. I no wan stress you to dey carry am call hospital. This one na something wey I know say you fit handle by your own. But if no be as I talk am, then you fit carry am come immediately.
Okay, doctor. I go give her the drugs and e be like say she don dey even feel alright. But this pain too much for small pikin to dey carry. Too much.
Now the thing wey sickle cell people dey go through be that. So we suppose take care of them very well. Care for them and not just leave them on their own.
Kí ló sọ mọ́ mi? Baba Shukura, wetin happen to my daughter? See how Shukura hand and leg dey swell up. Baba Shukura, kí lẹ sì ṣe ilé? You suppose don carry Shukura go hospital da.
Na so I wan do. Doctor say no need. Na him dey follow talk for phone.
Your phone lásán sí ni.
Baba Shukura, give her the phone. Let me talk to her.
Yeah, take.
Doctor.
Madam, calm down. I understand your concern. But sometimes your daughter self, not supposed to dey feel say na every time that they go hospital. Go dey feel say him be hospital baby. I don't tell your husband wetin him go do. Once una do am, she go dey okay. I promise you.
Doctor.
Which kind hand and leg gbege be this?
Abi.
No worry.
Shebi na me dey take care of una princess since all these years. Wetin I tell una na correct. Make she take plenty water and the drugs. I don't tell your husband to give her.
Okay.
But if no change dey, if she continues to dey experience the pain and the swelling no end, then make una bring am come.
God forbid say she go even continue to experience this kind of pain. My sukura no go experience this kind of pain again, yo.
Thank you, doctor.
Yes. Did you enjoy the adventures of Baba Chikura? That is how we roll every week. So I believe that through that short excerpt that we listened to, you could have an idea of what we are going to be talking about today. Today we'll be talking about hand and foot syndrome and how it applies to sickle cell, our children who live with sickle cell and all that. So I have a doctor here today. I'll bring on my guest right now. Yeah, good evening, Dr. Goodwill.
Hello.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Goodwill. Yes, let me reel out
You're welcome.
Yeah, let me reel out a wonderful introduction of my guest. So you know that the guest I have today is like up there, you know how we do it now. That's how we do it on Touch a Cell show. Dr. Goodwill is the Chief Medical Officer at Lagos State Accident and Emergency Center, Tollgate. She's one of the volunteer doctors that we have with on our show, on our project, Extra Care. And you know, when we talk about Extra Care is one of that, is our flagship project that reaches people who live with sickle cell. We provide a bridge between them and the hospital so that at least once in a month, they get to see doctors, they get to get their routine meds, and they get to live a healthy life, just as our vision says. Dr. Goodwill, let me get back to her. She is also a lover of children, and we can always say that every time she comes on our program, and she's also passionate about touching lives. And here on Touch a Cell, we touch lives. And that's why we are bringing her here this evening. Good, Dr. Goodwill, welcome once again.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. So, our Baba Shikra that we listened to earlier was talking about hand and foot syndrome. So let us just take it from there. Hand and foot syndrome. What is it about? Can you just break it down?
Okay, hand and foot syndrome is a common complication in pediatric sickle cell patients, and the medical name is actually dactylitis, and it's actually the first symptoms most parents see in children, especially from 6 months old to say maybe 5 years. It's a common complication, and it's majorly manifest in the hands and in the foot. Thank you.
All right. It majorly manifests in the hands and the foot. So, Dr. Guru, does it come with pains?
It comes with pain, and it also has associated symptoms like swelling in the, you call it dorsal, back of the hands, then swelling on the leg, the foot. It comes with pain. Sometimes it will be hot. You feel that it's the back of the hand and the foot are warm or hotter than every other part of the body. And sometimes those children might not be able to use those hands and the foot as they should, might not be able to walk with it, or might not be able to pick things with it. And usually for children that cannot even talk, you see them crying as a way of expressing their pains. So it comes with pains.
Okay, it comes with pains. Now, those pains, are they just regular pains that probably without using any pain medications, they will be fine? Or they have to go through, do they have to go to the hospital for such pains?
Okay, because Dactylitis is another form of vaso-occlusive crisis. So the more they intervene, the shorter the duration of the course of the condition. So if they intervene with painkiller, it reduces the cause, although within 1 week it's gone or it subsides. But for you to reduce the duration or the course of the condition, it's better you introduce those children should be given their normal painkiller. Then if it now exceeds a week, then they can see the doctor.
All right. Now, doctor, let me take you back to what you mentioned earlier. You talked about vaso-occlusive crisis. Now, in this place, we like to break it down. Please, can you help break that statement down, vaso-occlusive crisis? That you said hand and foot syndrome is a type of vaso-occlusive. So please help us break that down so that we can all be on the same page. I hope you get that.
Okay. Vaso-occlusive crisis are just is a common complication of sickle cell anemia, and it's actually as a result of the blood vessels, like the pipe carrying blood, when they are being blocked by the sickling or by sickled red blood cell. So when they are blocked by sickled red blood cells, the blood will not be able to flow very well as it should. And when the blood is not able to flow very well as it should, some important parts of the body, for example, in dactylitis, maybe the hands and the foot, since there's no adequate supply of blood to those areas, they get infected, and then that's how you feel pains and the rest. So dactylitis is a form of that form of crisis, but in younger children now, maybe from 6 months to say 5 years old.
Oh, all right. So hand and foot syndrome does not affect adults, just strictly for children.
Yes.
All right.
Just and even the children by 6 years at most, by 6 months is usually the first complication you see in a child.
Oh.
Yeah, it's usually the first complication, because at that point the bone is still trying to, produce the red blood cells, is still working at that point in time, but the more they grow.
All right. Thank you. All right, Dr. Goodwill, we'll go on this short break. We want to go and listen to our sickle cell community news. And after the community news, I'll be bringing you back to answer some questions as it relates to how to manage hand and foot syndrome and all the other issues that relates to hand and foot syndrome. We'll be back.
Okay.
My name is Adiola Joseph. On the news today, SAMI Empowerment Accelerator equips 17 women in second cohort. SAMI beneficiaries enjoy Lashma HMO. The news info. SAMI Empowerment Accelerator equips 17 women in second cohort. The SAMI Empowerment Accelerator Cohort 2.0 targeted exclusively at women living with sickle cell or those supporting children with sickle cell ended last Saturday, 14th May 2022. 17 women were able to graduate with a certificate of achievement. 9 of these businesswomen also participated in a business pitch competition, for which 3 emerged winners. The SAMI Empowerment Accelerator journey, which held for 3 weeks, involved the business academic exam, review and mentoring session, and sales challenge. SAMI beneficiaries enjoy Lashma HMO. The worry over how to get money to pay out of pocket is identified as one of the major factors why many Nigerians, including sickle cell warriors, don't go to the hospital regularly. Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative, SAMI, was able to reduce this concern when some of its beneficiaries got health insurance cards from Lagos State Health Insurance Management. Last week, this was facilitated by a partnership with Crimson Bow Sickle Cell Initiative, a sister NGO which also serves the sickle cell community. This concludes the sickle cell community news for today. Kindly join us next week for a fresh package.
And that's the sickle cell community news. It comes to you every week that we have this Touch a Cell show. We are back to hand and foot syndrome. And gladly, our doctor, Dr. Goodwill, is still with us. Dr. Goodwill, so last time we talked about, before we went on the break, I told you that we are going to be talking more about management of the condition. So hand and foot syndrome, for a child who is 6 months, for a child who is just less than 5 years, like you said, many times these children don't know how to express themselves. What do they have to do when they see these signs? What should they do when they see these signs? Is it something for them to worry about? What do they do? What are the steps that they need to take? Let's talk about that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Oyelami. Management of dactylitis is also the same thing as management of other crises that we see in sickle cell patients. This includes the use of painkiller, because I'm sure most parents would have been managing pains at home by themselves, gives the normal over-the-counter painkillers. So you can start with that. And because, like I said earlier, it's a form of vaso-occlusive crisis, these children could actually be well hydrated, should be ensured that they are well hydrated, as they drink sufficient water. So this would help. And also they can immobilize for that period of time the hand and the foot or the feet for that period of time. Then it's just the general measures in managing vaso-occlusive analgesic, that's painkiller. They should take water, they should rest well. Then if it's swollen, they can use warm packs, warm, not cold now. Cold can actually worsen it. So they can use warm packs to, just massage and everything, and they'll be fine within a week. I believe they should be fine.
Okay. So when you talk about massage, is it something like, the way our parents used to do that here? That they will draw your body well. Is that the way you are talking about? Is that the massage?
No. It's not that kind of massage actually. Just a gentle pressing of the hand. It relieves. It has a way of relieving the pains, and it allows the free flow of the blood vessels, because it has a way of opening up the vessels so that the red blood cells could actually pass through. Meanwhile, not cold now, because cold can worsen it. Warm press, just press.
Also, they shouldn't try to put ice block on it. Some people will say when you have this, you put. Okay.
Yeah, no. Warm press.
All right. So talking about water, how much water is much for a child that is 6 months to 5 years? But in that context, that would help.
Okay, for me, I advise patients. For me, there's no quality. There's no quantity rather. Just allow your child drink liberally, as much as your child can take. You can say, no, don't drink again. It's okay. No, as much as the child can take, let the child drink water as much as the child can take.
Okay. So now, when we talk about water, water, we always talk about water. Water is interesting like that. But at some point, water is more interesting like that. And there are some things that what should we do in that regard? How can we encourage our children to take water to help them in that regard?
Okay, for children, even as an adult, it's not easy to just continue to
Exactly.
drink water, not to talk of
You know what I'm talking
children.
about.
So I can
Eh?
understand. So, one of the ways by which you can make it attractive for the children is, okay, you can get stuff like Ribena and stuff like vitamin C and just mix it. So, the sweetness or the flavor would actually want them to want more of the water. So even if it is just glucose, you can get glucose, just put it in the water for them. Just get Ribena, but healthy stuff now, not like sugar or soft drink. Healthy stuff like vitamin C, something that will benefit them as well.
Yeah.
So you can actually ensure you add that to the water for them. So this it has a way of making them want more, and through that you are actually ensuring they are well hydrated.
Well hydrated. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Now, doctor, one last question I would like to ask is at, is there a point where after you have tried all that you know about and that hand and foot syndrome still persists, can they take the child to the hospital? At what point should we start thinking about, oh, let's take this child to the hospital?
Okay, fantastic. So, like I said earlier, if you have taken all the necessary measures and you feel it's not resolving, or maybe after a week, or you feel is getting is worsening or something, so you can just go and see your doctor immediately so that it doesn't cause a permanent stuff or another complication. So it's better you just go and see your doctor at that time.
All right. All right. All right. So, okay, great. Great. Now, I was just thinking about maybe when, as a child, living with sickle cell, apart from the syndrome, some other things that we can see in that child that we need to take note of. I feel this will just help our parents. Like
I
probably
didn't
some
get
other
that question.
complication. Okay, so I'm saying now that for a child 6 months to 5 years, are there some other complications that we should take note of? As in for children living with sickle cell now, 6 months to 5 years, are there some things that around that age that we should start taking note of if they live with sickle cell?
Okay, around that age, actually, another common complication that is usually common in that age group is they usually there's something called sequestration, hypersplenism. What it means is at that point the spleen sequestrates the red blood cells. So you see their abdomen getting larger and larger, and you see it is very common in these children. Their abdomen is usually big. So these are the things. So as parents should learn how can tell their physicians to teach them how they need to examine children themselves, so that when they feel the spleen, or when they feel that or more than larger than the way it is to be, they can quickly go to the hospital.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Goodwill. It's been good having you on our show today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We are going to bring you again on yourself. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's fine.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Goodwill. So we go for this short advert and then we come to take the roundup.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
They say a child born with sickle cell can live beyond the age of 21. They say sickle cell is a death sentence. They say they can't hold a job or run a successful business, that they can't live a healthy, productive life. They say. But is this true? Join Toyin and the gang on the Touch a Cell show.
That's Touch a Cell show for today. We've talked about hand and foot syndrome, and this is a complication that affects children exclusively who live with sickle cell from age 6 months to 5 months because the bones are just growing up, and so those are the expressions that you are going to quickly see. And our doctor have allayed our fears that it's something to manage at home. But if you have waited for, let's say, 1 week and you are not seeing any difference, quickly reach out to your physician. And she has also talked about spleen sequestration and all that. And he has told us that water is actually very important to managing sickle cell. So please let your children take water liberally, just as she said. This is Touch a Cell show with Toyin and the gang. And this is a production of Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative. We are on Facebook, we are on IG, and we are on Twitter at Sami Update, at SAMI Update. You can also find us on YouTube at Sami Update TV, Sami Update Space TV. When you see that channel, like the channel, subscribe to it so that you can get regular info when we have shows like this and other video content that we produce. Also, check us out on our website. Our website is www.sicklecelladvocacy.org. sicklecelladvocacy.org. We'll see you next week. My name is Yomi Oyelami. Have a great week and bye.